back to Girls in the Grandstand. Today we will be talking about the Miami Grand Prix. How did everyone find that race?
It's all right, yeah. I mean, not a classic, but it wasn't terrible.
You had the chaos of lap one, and then it just seemed to plateau a bit.
Yep.
It just
I think
it was
we're
one of them races. I think that's the best
Yeah.
way to describe it. It was
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
I think we're all hoping for a bit of rain to make it as spicy as the sprint race.
Yeah. I think a bit of rain would have definitely changed it up and made it a bit more exciting, but it didn't come, which
No,
is sad.
it didn't come. I was watching Ted's notebook after, and he was saying there were storms in the north and the south of Miami, but it just all missed where the track is.
Just didn't want to rain on the track.
No. It was a great weekend to be a McLaren fan. Not gonna lie,
Yes.
again.
Yeah. It's coming regular this now.
I don't want to say that we're getting used to it because I don't want it to go away. And I'm very happy. Lando winning the sprint. Oscar winning the race. I think
Oh, good.
I was a little bit annoyed on lap one, I'm not gonna lie, with that Max and Lando move, but
Oh
you
God.
know,
They're just
lap one race is
so
lap one.
yeah.
So
They're so bitchy to each other. It's just
I
snitching on
know.
each other all the time. And I'm just just calm down, lads. Calm it.
So whenever them two are next to each other and you see a radio come up, you can already tell what is being said on that radio.
Yeah.
Like you can predict it before the text even comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it was sort of more in Max's fault, but
Mm.
then it was the first turn of the first lap, so
Yeah.
you've got to expect that stuff like that happens. And Lando should have learnt by now that Max does not give way.
No. He definitely doesn't.
And he took longer than Oscar, obviously, to get past Max, which is another thing that he does that really makes me mad. Is he I mean, he was making some really good overtakes coming back through, and he was overtaking people
Yeah.
quickly. But then when it comes to Max again, it's like, come on. I mean, Oscar did take a little while this time as well,
Yeah.
but
Like
it just seemed to take Lando a little bit longer.
like
But
Max was just able to double the size of his car and was like, "You will
yeah,
not get past me."
No. Not
well,
getting past me today.
he's smart, isn't he, Max? And he knew
Mm.
exactly where he needed to put the car to make it very difficult for both of them. It's just Oscar managed to catch him out on turn one on that lap that he got past him, and Lando just wasn't able to do the same. I think if he'd managed to get past Max a bit quicker, then he probably would have been a bit closer to Oscar, because he did have the pace in the car.
Yeah.
But no, he just, yeah, I know. It is what it is.
Yeah. It's all good. Still on the podium, that's what matters.
Yeah.
We're getting closer to the Alex Albon podium. We're
I
getting
It's
know.
close.
coming.
We're up to fifth. Oh, I've never celebrated fifth so much as I did on. Honestly, it was like he'd won, and they're like messaging everyone.
Williams had a really good weekend this weekend. Their car
Mm.
performed very well here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have to speak about Carlos though, and that last lap.
Oh, the panic that I had in me of the fact that that car had survived the whole weekend. We didn't need the duct tape. We didn't need to reconstruct anything. The car was okay. Ignore Alex's penalty and all of that, which was the sprint. But then it's like, you just when Carlos is doing that, you're like, this car is either going to end up in the wall or something's going to happen. It's like, just behave, please. We've had a good race. We have the points. Just behave and stay on the track. I don't know what he was thinking, but
He's a
it was
bit like that sometimes, Carlos, isn't he?
Mm.
Sometimes he's just
Yeah.
a bit too impatient and, you know, sitting there falling asleep to then sitting up straight thinking like, why, what is going on? Why is Carlos in the side of Lewis Hamilton right now?
So he's a wild one, Carlos, but you got to give in to him for getting us excited when we were all pretty much falling asleep at like 10 o'clock at night. So
Could
Yeah.
have just done with that a few laps earlier. It would have added a bit more spice to it rather
Yeah.
than the last corner where you're like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Literally, the people in front have already finished the race, and we're just like, oh, okay, you know, start getting ready for bed to the podium, and then it pans back to them two, and it's just like, oh my god, what's going on?
What's going on there?
He was like, yeah, they've not seen enough of my car at this race. Let's just do this, and the cameras
Yeah.
are on me.
Yeah.
Hamilton made me laugh in the
His
car.
radios.
His radios. I mean, we've talked about Charles and his radios to Ferrari this season so far, but this time it was Lewis. It was when he was just like, oh, Carlos 1.4 seconds behind. And he was just like, you want me to let him past as well? I was just like, oh my God.
They're just so sassy at Ferrari.
He
Like,
was
they're both
very
so
sassy.
sassy.
It wasn't like one of them where he said, why don't you go and have like a cup of tea in the meantime or
Yeah.
something? It was
Yeah.
really random.
It's like, it couldn't be any more British comment
Yeah.
either. It's all right,
Yeah.
go and have a cup
Chocolate
of tea
tea.
while I wait.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The
Yeah,
fans of the pit were all, and they're all just sat there with little cups of tea.
Oh no, imagine.
The thing is, though, I get why he was calling for it because he did catch Charles really quickly and his pace was amazing. But once Charles had let him past, it was like the pace had completely disappeared. He didn't pull away from Charles. He didn't catch up to was it Kimi in front they were trying to catch?
Yeah,
They couldn't make the time up on him either. So in the end they swapped back. It was like, what was the point in that?
Yeah.
What was the point?
Yeah.
Like, they'd have annoyed them more by doing that than like just letting them go for it. I feel like that's one thing that they're gonna have to do because you want your drivers to remain friends at the end of the day to try and work as the team. But the more that the team orders are doing this, the less likely they are gonna be.
Yeah.
Because it's like I was reading the other day and it was like apparently Carlos and Alex aren't getting on.
Oh no. Oh God.
But then, in a way, I can understand why, because I think everyone thought Carlos going to Williams would have been Carlos would be the first driver, but it's still Alex, and Alex is still outperforming him. So I feel as though that there's a bit of an unrest on that situation and that side of things. But I thought that they were quite funny in their videos. I mean, they're not Alex and Franco, but they're a decent duo.
They'll do. They'll do for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's true. It's probably not true.
No.
Like to make rumours up, don't they? Cause a bit of
Yeah.
risk for drive to survive and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people just like to. I try not to go on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, really anymore because I can't be doing with it. You've got blooming, what was it? McLaren posted a picture after the race, and Oscar had taken it like a selfie with all the team behind. And there was a video that showed that Oscar clearly moved to the side so you could see Lando in frame. But the one that McLaren chose to post was the one where Oscar's blocking Lando. So Lando's behind Oscar in the picture.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cause the risk.
Some fans have absolutely kicked off. Oh, that's it. McLaren don't like Lando anymore. They're favouring Oscar. You've got Lando fans, you've got Oscar fans going at each other, and it's just like, will you get a grip?
Calm down. Like,
Get a grip. They were just
not
posting
deep.
a photo of the race winner at the end of the race. It is not that deep. It is really not that deep. I have to stay away from it because it just it makes me cross.
It is. It's just mad what some people right on Twitter and stuff. Like, I think I saw the other day as well, someone said that Lily, Oscar's girlfriend, is apparently working with McLaren and that's why Oscar's favoured. And I'm just like, no, she's just there supporting her boyfriend. Like, don't make it something it's not. Like,
No.
it's just weird. Like, some fans just need to go outside. Just go outside.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's just, yeah, crazy.
Talking of crazy, what did we think about the announcement today and yesterday with Alpine? Jen?
I hate this team. I just hate them. Why don't you stay at Alpine and not Alpine? The other one. What Visa Cash App, whatever they're called now then. Yeah. Honestly. I just don't get it. I was saying to my friend before, I just don't understand what they're doing. Like there's a lot of rumours coming out that apparently Jack had 6 races, which I think is absolutely ridiculous for a rookie. There's no way a rookie can do any good in 6 races. It's not possible. I don't get that. But to then come out and say you're only giving Franco 6 races or 5 races or whatever it is, what are you going to do after that? What are you actually doing after that? I
It's
literally
so
said,
weird. It is such a weird situation. Why would you not just sign a driver for the whole season? What are they
Yeah.
going to do after the 5 races that Franco's now
Yeah.
been in the car? Are they going to put Jack back in? Are they going to give him
Yeah.
another 5 races each?
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense.
It's like I said before, I just think that if you're a rookie in F1, you should be in your contract, it should be that you should be able to race for a year.
Yeah.
And then they make the decision after that if you keep the seat or not. Because look
Yeah.
what happened to Liam in Red Bull. He got dropped after like 3 races.
3 races.
Jack's been dropped after like 6 races. Like, you're not giving the rookies enough chance to actually try the best. And I think it must hurt for Jack knowing that they've just done this and then they've got Franco in. And I don't know what's going on with Ollie. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that apparently Ollie left because he knew that Jack was going to be dropped and he didn't agree with it. So he walked, which, if that's true, I don't blame him one bit because you don't want to drop a rookie. I just don't understand what this team are going to do. I just feel like it's going to crash and burn really, really fast. And I just feel sorry for Pierre. I generally just don't know how he's going to cope now. Obviously, he'll look after Franco, he'll take care of him and stuff, but like, what does he actually think about this team right now? Because he's one to talk about how he feels, so we'll see what he says in the press, but he can't be happy with the way the situation's been handled.
No, it is it's probably one of the most confusing situations I've seen in F1 for a really long time.
Just like in terms of like when Logan, as an example of a rookie, he had 1.5 seasons with Williams. We saw what happened with him, like the crashes, the finishes, everything like that. But Williams gave him the chance to do the season and then signed him on again. And then it was one of them where, as much as I hate the way that Williams treated him, you can understand the reasoning behind it because the car was how it was, but you saw the case of Alex was in the points very often. Logan was struggling. I mean, it was a tractor by the end of the season, but there's like different things to look at. So I feel as though, like, as much as I love Franco and I'm so happy to see him back in the car, I don't agree with what Alpine have done. Jack should have been given the season to prove himself. It's one of them where if it's like you can't test off 6 races when the car isn't made for each one of those races, and that's clear with results for both drivers within the Alpine. So I feel as though they should have given him longer. I also have an argument of, in terms of, I think teams are allowed 4 drivers per season. So they've had Jack, Pierre, Franco. They'll be allowed 1 more after this, depending on what happens with Franco, whether they extend him or bring Jack back. So it's one of them, they could be exceeding how many drivers are allowed in a season if they're to continue the 5 races. Yeah. Also, I'm annoyed if Franco only gets 5. Can we extend it to 6 purely just because the 6th is Silverstone and then I can see him race?
I want to see him race. I want to be there.
Yeah. Like I counted about 8 times just to make sure the 5th race is Austria, the 6th is Silverstone.
Come
Typical.
on, at least give him 6. At least give him 6.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. At this point, they could do anything.
Yeah, you
It's
literally,
just
it's just
confusing.
mad. Like, it's just that team's gone downhill massively the past couple of years. And when Pierre first joined, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be a great team to go to. And I'm just like, can you go anywhere else? Anybody got a seat available? Anyone? Anyone will do. Like,
They'll be
just
stood there
don't
with
understand.
like the raffle like tombola thing that you spin of like all of the drivers' names as to who could
Yeah.
potentially come in after
Yeah.
Franco and be like, right, up next is. We'll probably see Paul Aaron in because he's one of the other reserve
God,
drivers.
yeah. Oh God, they just don't understand. They really, really
No,
don't.
it makes no sense to me.
No.
I don't know whether they're signing him for 5 races just on the condition to see how well he does in the car. But in all fairness, one, the car isn't a great car, let's face it.
No.
It's not a great car. It's not the worst car, but it's not a great car.
No.
So how much can he really achieve in it? I guess finishing races and that kind of thing is going to be a step up because Jack's not really had the best of luck so far. But then if he gets in that car, I mean, we've seen Franco in an F1 car. We know what he can do in an
Yeah.
F1 car. He was great. And, you know, I think I've said last season that I think that Franco should have got a full F1 seat at the start of this season.
Mm.
But the F1 cars are different. He drove a Williams and then this is an Alpine. So if he does get in that car and he doesn't perform, then what do they do?
Mm.
Do they then go, oh, you know, we tried you for 5 races, you weren't any better, we'll get Jack back in for the rest of the season? Or do they start doing, like you said, Rebecca, and get a tombola and start picking drivers out of out of that? You know, I don't.
Oh.
It's just confusing. I honestly don't. I have no words.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't think there's one F1 fan, even Alpine fans, are just like, what on earth is going on? Like, it makes no sense to be
No.
doing this and giving someone 6 races, 5 races. Like, it's not enough time. It's different tracks. The car's going to suit different tracks. Like, there's nothing the driver can do. Like, I don't understand. I just hope Franco has a good race in Imola, because if he doesn't, I don't think what's going to happen.
I know.
It's like if they are to then have to bring Jack back, the impact that that's going to have on Jack as well, but the team in general of like the team will have to hold their hands up and admit we were wrong to do this, but then
Yeah.
you just know that they're not going to, and then
Oh
there's
no.
like it was also like the way they announced it. They announced Franco first before saying like what's happening with Jack. Should be the other way around of Jack
Yeah.
has his announcement and then
Yeah.
they move on to Franco, because it's just respect at the end of the day for the drivers. Like Jack is a very talented driver and he
Mm.
deserves the seat. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But it's like as Jen was saying, the impact this could have on Pierre as well, because he's turning up to a race not knowing who his teammate's gonna be.
Yeah.
So it's like in 5 races he could have someone completely different in the car next to him that he's gonna have to take over his wing and like retrain up into understanding Alpine as a team. So it's gonna have an impact on everyone.
Yeah. I think as well, if like Franco doesn't do well and then Jack gets the seat back, that's going to knock his confidence. He's already out of a seat. Like, he's already been dropped. How's he going to feel to get back in the car again if Franco doesn't perform? Like, I think
And
they
then
just
if
need
it
to think about the driver's mental health, and they're not really doing that with the rookies at the minute. They seem to just be passing them around like there's no tomorrow.
So then if he doesn't perform in the next 5 races after he then replaces Franco, will Franco be back in? You just don't know.
You literally don't know what's going to happen. Like, it's mad. It's absolutely mad.
Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens with that one, but yeah, I'm just baffled by it.
Yeah.
Baffled.
as I've said plenty of times, I'm just a Pierre fan. I'm not a fan. I just go wherever Pierre goes. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I just hope he does well. I really, really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Has anybody got anything else to say about Miami?
I think so.
Mm.
Can't remember much. To be
No.
honest. Not when it's a 9 p.m. race and you're ready for bed and you're just like, oh god, here we go.
I know. There's no pleasing us Europeans, is there?
It's really not. We're either up
Abs-
early or we have to stay up late. It's like no
Absolutely moaning about having to do 3 early races and then we have 1 late race and we're just like, oh,
Can't do this. I want to go to bed.
bring back the European races.
Mm.
Now we go back to Europe, don't we, for the next race in Imola? So that'll be a nice
Yeah.
afternoon
Nice afternoon.
start.
Yeah. We like the afternoon ones better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully be a decent one. We'll see what Ferrari can do.
Oh god.
How many more arguments
Oh.
there'll be down the radio.
Honestly. It's entertaining for me. I'm just like, I can't wait to see which one's sassy next.
Yeah, it's great. It's great entertainment. You can't lie.
What we'll have to do is put all of their radios together at the end of the season and do a quiz of who said this. Was it
Yeah.
Charles or was it
Charles
Lewis?
or Lewis.
But then we could throw in really rogue ones of ones that we make up and say, is this a real radio or is
Was
it
this
not?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's quite a good idea. We'll have to see what else they can provide for us for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it then, isn't it, girls?
Thanks,
I
so.
think so.
Well, we will be back for Imola. Is it in 2 weeks? Got a weekend off, haven't we?
Yeah, not this
Yeah.
weekend, the weekend after.
We've got a little break before we'll be back for Imola on probably the Sunday. So yeah, we will see you then. Until then, bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.